Welcome to the final part of Sonic Mania.
How does it
Oh,
make you feel that this is the last traditional art style uh, 2D game we'll be playing?
not technically true. We're gonna replay Three Knuckles and this game.
Oh, we're gonna play all of them, but it'll be a while.
And, we also have the 8-bit games. We also have Pocket Adventure. We also have the advanced games, which, yes, are a different art style, but, they're evolutions of classic Sonic as we know it, so...
How did you get out of the ball form there? What? That was unlucky.
I don't think I rolled
Oh.
when I went into that half pipe.
So this zone got an amazing glow up, and I love it so much.
Yeah, they added hills so you can gain speed.
Metallic Madness Zone and Mania is so good.
I love the remixes.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't know why they went so hard on the freaking CD remixes, but the Three and Knuckles
Because
remixes,
it's obvious
other
that
than
all
Lava
of T.
Reef.
Lopes' Sonic music is just CD music and at heart.
Look at this platforming. Platforming in my Sonic game? No way, Jose. Give me scripted loops. And spring sections. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say with that.
I love the background elements in this. I think it adds a lot.
Yeah, that's like a... I didn't think... It took me a long time to even think about it, but...
Oh, that was a beautiful dodge.
I know. I'm a bit of a gamer. Yeah, I'm somewhat of a gamer myself. But the background sections here are a play on the shrinking mechanic from the original game.
Yeah. I also love that, and Sonic Team would just make this fully scripted and you can't move. But I love that you can move slightly, so you can get to the edge of a half pipe, so you can roll down at higher speed and get rings faster.
Yep.
It's just a really nice little optimization you can do.
Yeah, it's stuff like that that just makes this feel like a legitimate Genesis Sonic game. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And like there's like a lot of talk about Sonic physics and stuff. I don't necessarily need a new 2D Sonic game to have 100% accurate physics.
We all like
for
Generations.
the classics. Yeah, I kind of treat that as like classic Sonic in that game as its own thing. But like, if they're making a new classic Sonic game like Sonic Superstars, Sonic Mania, I don't necessarily need it to be exactly 1-to-1. Like Sonic Advance 2
You'll
and
get
3
Forces.
are not 1-to-1. Well, Sonic Forces controls a lot more closely to like the 8-bit Sonic games, and it took me way too long to realize that.
Do you like the 8-bit Sonic game control?
I like how Triple Trouble controls, and I don't mind how Sonic 1 8-bit controls. But yeah, it's literally like very specific sections where you get a lot of speed if you roll. There's like a grounded speed cap while you're running. Very similar sorts of things.
I hope you like Sonic 1.
I didn't need this boss. I like the callback, but I didn't need it.
I wish you could do the double hit here, just because with the second phase, that glitch wouldn't, end it. And you could easily code
Yeah.
it to, like, operate just a little differently so it didn't have to glitch.
Yeah, a lot of people have said this. This is the most Sonic 4 boss in the game.
Yeah, with how Sonic 4 handled bosses in second phases, this is pretty close.
Just imagine the freaking that song playing during this part.
I like it in Sonic 4 Episode 1.
I like it in general. Fake fan.
Well, you see, in Sonic 4 Episode 2, it just won't stop. It won't shut up.
And that's what's so good about it.
Fair enough.
I don't know why my dog is barking right now. I'm so sorry.
I was just trying to ignore it. And now we gotta leave it in.
I wasn't gonna edit it, so.
I never did on any of my videos.
So you know how in these classic Sonic games, the characters, while they're midair, they have their like running or like jogging animation. They actually have a falling animation in this game, but it's just a slightly altered jogging animation.
Huh.
Like if you run off of a ramp like that, you'll still be in your actual running animation or whatever. But there are parts where you're standing on a platform and it like collapses or it spins like the ones in this level, and that causes you to just fall. And Sonic will enter his little jogging animation, but if you look closely at it, his like spikes are like flowing upward as if he's falling.
Huh.
So they have a falling animation. They just specifically made it look like
Tiny
the
Tails is
jogging
so cute.
animation. Yeah. They did the same thing here with this zone that they did with Hydro City,
Yeah.
where Act 1 is like the most different, and then Act 2 is more similar to the original. But even still, this is like pretty much all new level design compared to the original Metallic Madness.
Unfortunately, there wasn't much to salvage and go off of in original Metallic Madness. In all fairness.
I mean, it's a fine 2D scrap brain-like stage. I don't have any problem with it.
I was never a big fan of it in CD.
And now we got these the bug dudes here that are basically the Sonic 1 boss, but way harder. The Green Hill boss.
I did not know about that. Huh.
Yeah, secret. And you can only get there in the background layer.
Oh, of course.
Do
you like jazz funk fusion?
I sure do.
Of course you do.
This
Mario
remix,
fan.
this remix, when I heard it for the first time, was like heaven bliss injected directly into my brain. I had never felt such pure joy listening to a Sonic song for the first time.
That's the wonderful thing about Sonic music is how diverse it is. Even if you're like me and mostly like the rock music from the Dark Ages. I love so many of the other soundtracks so much. Ha! That's
Yeah.
really cool.
I sucked it. I usually get that shortcut on accident, but that for some reason that time I struggled.
Also, that's a super mean robot placement.
Yeah. It pays to be a little bit careful when you're playing a classic Sonic game for the first time in a while.
Yeah. That's like some Sonic Advance 3 levels of placement, but you can actually dodge it.
Sonic 2 is what I would compare it to.
I guess.
I think there was a previous part, I think it was when I was in Press Garden, where I was just playing like complete dog shit. That went on for a couple levels, and I decided I was tired with that, so I started being a little more careful with my gameplay.
I like how you're going for the achievement, but you
Even though
already
I have
it,
it.
so it doesn't matter.
And
I know you have it. Aww.
I murdered Amy. Tails murdered
to those
Amy,
who don't
actually.
know, you can, if you release all of these guys at once without killing any of them, and they're all out and active, you get an achievement.
Yeah.
It's just
This
chaos
boss is
on your screen.
actually... This is the one boss in this game that I think is really fun if you try to not get hit. It's so frantic.
It's effectively a bullet hell.
Yeah. As close as you can get for a classic Sonic game, at least.
It's also really funny that the Gachapon machine is in the American-made game, or Western-developed game, and not a Japanese game.
Well, of course, I don't think Sonic Team would reference that. That's
Gachapon?
something only... Yeah.
It's like a huge part of Japanese culture for a lot of kids. Lots of
Yeah,
games have
but...
it, even if it's not like a live service game.
Okay, but when has Sonic Team referenced anything like that in their games that they've made for Sonic? I think Sonic Team specifically avoids trying to make references like that because they try to make Sonic appeal to all audiences. And that's like their top priority with the franchise.
Yeah, I guess normally when they do it, it has to be like location specific, like Sonic's in that location.
Yeah.
So like that's how Unleashed does a lot of it. Or like
And
SA2 has like some, American style imagery and such because you're in you're in not San Francisco.
There's no Japanese based environment in Sonic Unleashed, I'm realizing.
Yeah, because they went for China. Closest we get is like aquarium park. That's what it's called.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Aquarium Park is the only time I can think of a Sonic game that directly references Japan, like as a location.
A lot of people have no idea how those badniks with the wireframe attack work because you usually outrun it before it hits you.
Yeah, and that's what you're kind of supposed to do if you're good.
Yeah, you never have to kill them. They'll never hit you.
I want to say, since we're here, this is the final zone of the game. This is, a bit short. The game is about as long as 3 and Knuckles. But I love Titanic Monarch so much.
It's a really cool zone. I love the music.
Yeah, the music is so good. I love the graphics for it.
I did not know you could do that.
Yeah, more use for the lightning shield. Whoa.
Huh.
But the background there, you're like in this first act, you're literally climbing up the scaffolding around a giant robot that Eggman's building,
which you could also see in Stardust Speedway.
Yeah, it had. They had. That was like a 3D Eggman tower, sort of like the Sonic OVA.
Oh.
This is on Little. Oh yeah, well I guess that was on Little Planet too. Whatever, you get what I'm trying to say. Eggman's building. This is effectively Eggman's Death Egg.
The land of the sky.
This is effectively Eggman's Death Egg for this game, but it doesn't have nearly as big of a build-up as the Death Egg did in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So a lot of people don't even really know. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And now we can progress through this area to take a shortcut through the stage.
Do I know this shortcut? Let's find out.
I'm going the wrong way. Go down, you fool. Down. There you go. Ah.
What a loser.
Yeah. It is. I love this stage because this feels like, well, not really exactly, but this kind of feels like a modern interpretation of Scrap Brain. Because
I mean, that's what Metallic Madness felt like.
Well, that's not modern. That is from 1994 or 3, my friend.
Yeah, but like, the version of this game, which might as well be its own entity.
Yeah, I kind of wish they had pulled more elements from like Scrap Brain and Metropolis for... Oh, this is about to be BS. Even the life is not impressed.
That barely ever happens, but it's really funny when it does. And
this is how you know it's a classic Sonic game.
Is that your first death?
No, I died on the chemical plant climb sequence as well.
Oh, that's right.
From getting crushed.
It's always the crushing that gets you when you're good at these games.
Yep. Anything that's instant kill is Yeah, I'm somewhat of a gamer.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was trying to get 50 rings. So I could do the boss.
You did not get 50 rings.
I did not.
You just do not care.
I don't know how to fight this boss effectively, to be honest with you.
You've never fought this boss without getting hurt? Like on that first sequence?
No. I'm usually supersonic for it. I don't care about the bosses in this game, so I don't usually try on them.
Yeah, but like this boss will destroy your will like eat away your rings in 3 and K especially. So you know. Like,
yeah, and I'm also hypersonic by that time as well.
Well, you know, sometimes you get hit before you get to the boss. You just can't be hypersonic.
Yeah, and in which case I spam hits into the boss and re-grab my rings. Because you know what? You can basically be supersonic anytime you want.
How is there a boss in this game I actually know how to beat? And you don't. That's really funny.
I don't know why I lost all my speed there, but that was funny. Because I don't care about the bosses.
I love the stained glass panels.
Yeah, this is nice Eggman's ego trip on...
Dude, this is Eggman's Cathedral, and I love it.
Yeah. And yeah, now in this act, we are inside of the robot, which has non-Euclidean geometry.
Time to quote H.P. Lovecraft or something, I guess. Madness.
Madness? This is Sonic Mania.
It's like the whole thing of Call of Cthulhu is people that like saw non-Euclidean geometry that they couldn't describe, and then they saw like the old ones, and you know they went mad.
I know. But whenever I hear someone say madness, I think of This Is Sparta.
I have not seen that movie.
I've seen the movie, but I've also primarily seen the meme. You know the one.
I've just seen the This Is Sparta meme.
Yeah. That in and of itself is a meme, but like I'm talking about the song.
There's a song?
Yeah. This is Sparta!
No, I've never seen that one.
You are such a freaking baby on this internet that we love.
Yes.
You know Sonic shorts, but you don't know This Is Sparta.
Yeah.
You don't know Sparta remixes. Can't believe this.
Because before I was heavily on YouTube, I watched Sonic shorts as Flash animations, but not on Newgrounds, because I didn't even know Newgrounds was a thing. I watched it re-uploaded to other sites.
Yeah, that's what I did too. Well, specifically YouTube, but yeah.
Well, I watched them on like sites where you could still control the animations, you know.
Nah, I watched all of Super Mario Bros. Z without that ability.
Oh yeah, those were Flash animations.
Of course they were.
Oh, you had to click through everything.
Dude, you want to know?
There's so much reading in those.
Yeah.
Oh.
But what I did, it was really like annoying because I found a fan dub of it that I really liked.
I didn't know there were fan dubs, but honestly, I should have assumed.
But they never finished it.
Oh, that's how it always goes.
And then Super Mario Bros. Z itself never got finished.
It will never get finished.
I watched the whole like first part of the series, 90% of it, with that fan dub, and then I had to watch the last little bit of it without the fan dub, but I only got to watch like the last episode of it, basically.
That sucks.
Yeah. Super Mario Bros. Z is like so fire.
Yeah. It just sucks that the creator went on a long rant on Twitter one day.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen anything since.
Never meet your heroes.
Well,
what the fuck did I get hit by? See, that's the thing. These games, you know, the recording curse has to exist, but I'm too good at Sonic. So what it does, it just introduces bullshit into the game that nobody else has ever experienced.
I love the
Just
emeralds.
for me.
That looks so cool there.
Yeah. They went way too hard on the art for this game.
They did. Oh, it looks so good.
These flags here that have the like hard-boiled heavies like logo that you never see anywhere else. Ah, so pretty. Ow. Also, no special stage ring for me, I guess.
Sadness, but you don't need it.
Yeah, that jogging animation when you hit a spring is the falling animation I was talking about. Tails, no.
That's just such a weird thing to do, since in every other game it was just
Yeah.
they would just play the running animation as normal.
Tails is not cooperating.
Damn,
Tails.
stop going so high!
I'm trying to wait so he doesn't have a ton of momentum while he's going up, and it's just not working. I want the special stage ring.
I can tell.
Ugh. Go. Yay.
Hey. Too bad there's no hypersonic for you.
Lame ass series.
I know. It'll never get him back.
We apparently Cybersonic at the end of Frontier's Final Horizon was supposed to be hypersonic. Or not necessarily supposed to be, but in an interview at one point, Ian Flynn had said, like way before the Final Horizon came out, Ian Flynn had said, if I were to ever bring hypersonic into the series again, it would basically be one final transformation Sonic does one time to defeat the bad guy.
I don't know if
In a
that'd be.
blaze
I
of
don't know
glory.
if that would. I don't know about that one, because that's still a Sonic Team decision at the forefront. What they make. I don't think Ian Flynn has any control over what Sonic Team actually creates assets for.
Well, no, you're right. But he essentially was just saying if he had the option to. And
I mean, I agree.
what-
I think that would be the best way to bring it back as like a final hurrah.
And
but-
what he described is essentially what happened with the Cybersonic form at the end of the Final Horizon. So a lot of
Yeah.
people just related it to that. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but yep, I'm cheesing the boss. I don't care.
I don't like this fight. I don't like this fight at all. It just looks cool. That's about it.
Talk about fights that waste your time. This wastes your time so much that it resets your timer. And they
This
knew
fight
it.
is the epitome of annoying boss fights in Mania.
It's also a reference to Sega Sonic the Hedgehog.
Go figure.
Yeah.
But you know what? At
I-
least a lot of the weird stuff in this game that you can reference, like, is so out there that
See-
you wouldn't think it. Most people just wouldn't even think it'd be potentially a reference. So I think it works.
Yeah.
Also, was that the prototype for the final boss of Superstars? I just realized that the missiles are it's the exact same missiles, same colors and
Yeah.
everything.
It's the Studiopolis boss against that one hard-boiled heavy. Again, where you have the red missiles that you can't hit, but the blue ones that are like really thick that you hit back and it hits the boss.
That is the
It's just-
basis for the worst boss fight in all of Sonic.
That is the basis for like half of the boss fights in Sonic Mania or Superstars.
Which has I want to say two of the worst fights in all of Sonic, but it's the same fight. It's the same fight twice, just harder. I guess three actually, if you want to include the dragon.
Yeah. Now, okay, so we all know this boss here leads into into Sonic Forces. So I have a request for when you record that game.
I forgot I was recording that, but go ahead.
I need there to be, when Classic Sonic shows up in Forces in that cutscene with Tails, there needs to be a flashback to the ending of this game, and you can just rip my footage straight from the video.
Just leave this part up on the Dropbox forever. And then remind
No,
me.
you can even have our commentary in there.
No, I'm good. I do love though that the only reason this is like the only time Super Sonic can get directly hurt because they're using the Phantom Ruby, which I like the detail of.
Yeah,
I guess
don't
other
really,
than Dark Gaia, which is a god, so I'll accept that.
I don't really get it, but hey, here's another thing that Superstar stole from Mania: this freaking boss. This is, of all the supersonic fights in the Sonic series, this is the only time you have the rings floating around like this in a big square space, and while you're fighting the boss as Supersonic, and the boss can do damage to you. So
Yeah, I wish they would have done something like Doomsday Zone. That's so much. I think that's such a better boss fight.
I do think Doomsday Zone is better. It's just more cinematic. Like, I was kind of
so
disappointed when I got to this fight. Because, like, not only does the flying animation kind of look weird when you go straight up with it and straight down with it, having this, like, free control of Supersonic, I don't know, it's just not as cool.
Yeah, and an ability that just takes away your rings.
Yeah, an ability that takes away your rings, and the boss itself takes away your rings. It really seems like they were trying too hard to make it challenging, and it's still not that challenging. You know.
Yeah, because
so.
unfortunately, the name of the game is just don't use that ability. It does not help you whatsoever.
Yeah. It's just a cool. It's like a flashy dash. There's no need to use it.
Especially Superstars.
Yeah. Also, yay, Little Planet saved again. And Sonic died.
This is the Phantom Ruby version of Sonic. That's why he has green eyes now.
Oh, yes, all of the modern games are Phantom Rubies.
Yes, because he has green
projections. This is where Sonic dies, but he keeps having his adventures in heaven.
Well,
in
you
his
see,
dreams.
the Phantom Ruby, you know, the more it copies, the more it projects, like, the worse the projection gets. So, like, that's why his design keeps changing. He just keeps getting more and more malformed. So, you know, like, the first time, you know, so Classic Sonic gets sent to, you know, the future, you know, in Forces, you know, it's relatively fine. He's just suddenly 3D, but, you know, relatively fine. But then when he gets sent back, he now has green eyes. And the more, like, that just keeps happening, the longer he's out, he just keeps morphing and changing. And we get the different versions of Sonic. And now we got what I'm going to call for you bad model Sonic. And that's the most current iteration, but he's still got them green eyes.
Frontiers, yeah, the modern Sonic model keeps progressively becoming quote-unquote more classic. So yes, it does make perfect sense.
Exactly. It's all a Phantom Ruby projection. And, you know, there's that one time where, like, it got really out of hand with Sonic 06, so they took advantage of the time reset. Be like, all right, let's just scrap this. Let's just start over.
And that's when the shitty model was born, because Sonic Unleashed.
It was a fine projection for Unleashed for that era, but as it kept going, they just kept using it.
It's like the model in Unleashed looks good. It looks like it still has a lot of the same problems, but in that game it looks good. A, because it is really well animated in that game. And B, that they made that character design for that game. So the animators, the artists, everything were in sync for that game.
It's all one big Sachiko Kawamura production.
Yeah, and
It
whereas
all
with
works.
Frontiers and the games leading up to it, they just kept reusing that model, and that team that worked on Unleashed is not there working on Sonic Frontiers. Most of them are not. So you just have that character model being animated by people that don't get it and being tweaked by people that don't understand the original
Hmm.
design of the model as it was in Unleashed, and also don't understand the appeal of classic Sonic's design because they keep implementing things from the classic Sonic design that don't fit on this model. Uh, so it's just like the perfect storm to make an ugly motherfucker.
Yes, it's all the Phantom Ruby's fault.
It is all Phantom Ruby's fault. Understood. You know, it makes sense because Forces is when the model really fell off.
You should start posting this on Twitter. You have my permission to steal my idea.
I'm not going to do that.
It'll get you engagement.
That'd be so crazy if like they defeat Infinite in the next in Frontiers 2, and the like when they do that, they're like they start glowing. All the characters start glowing. They're like, "What's going on?" And then that's the reveal of the new character models for the next game.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And they just
Yes,
look really,
please.
really good.
So we're at the credits right now.
Yes.
So what are your final thoughts on Sonic Mania?
Yeah, thanks for making us go on a model tangent at the end of Sonic Mania. I wanted to keep this playthrough clean because I really love Sonic Mania. But yeah, we were kind of, I think, talking down on the game a little bit in this last part. The game's still phenomenal. This is like up there with Three and Knuckles for me. I think over, like, depending on my mood, which one is my favorite is gonna switch just depending on what I'm currently into. Nowadays, neither of which are my favorite like Sonic game. That would be Sonic Advance 3, um, at least for the 2D side of things. Um, but and I would like future 2D Sonic games to evolve the gameplay in the same sorts of ways that the advanced games were doing. Um, but for what Mania is, which is the return to form classic Sonic revival, I think it does that job perfectly. It completely perfectly brings back classic Sonic gameplay and vibes and music and everything all in one little $20
Mm-hmm.
package at launch. So it's kind of just another good classic Sonic game, and there's no
Mm-hmm.
shortage of those. So
To give my quick thoughts, Sonic 3 and K is still my overall favorite, but Sonic Mania is the greatest safe game I have ever played
yeah.
because it's a safe game, but they tried and they put soul into it.
Mm-hmm.
In a similar way to what like Colors does, which I really appreciate. They did
Yeah.
not need to go as hard as they did on this game,
Yes,
but
they did.
I think everybody who's ever played it is thankful that they did. Maybe they went a little too hard on those bosses, but nothing's
Yeah.
perfect.
I would say this is like I give Mania a little slack for its quote unquote safeness. Just cuz it is the first time that they were able to bring back classic Sonic gameplay since the advanced games. Which I don't know if you know, but the last Sonic Advance game was what, 2003, 2004? So
Pre Shadow the Hedgehog.
yeah, it's been a long time since we had a classic Sonic game in terms of just raw gameplay, visuals, etc. And for visuals, it's been even longer because Three and Knuckles was the last one with that kind of art style. So I would say it being positioned where it was in the series, where people were sort of like uh you know down on Sonic 4 because obviously that's not a real sequel to Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and stuff like that. I think it does its job perfectly, and it needed to happen, or something of it, a similar kind of like quality needed to happen for a new classic Sonic experience.
Right.
Because otherwise I don't think we would be getting new classic Sonic games at this point.
No,
Because
we ragged on Superstars a little bit because Mania exists, but Superstars for sure would not exist without Mania,
yeah,
which is
and
a funny
I don't,
relationship.
and I do think, we're on the path to getting more classic Sonic games in the future, and we wouldn't be there right now, whether disregarding any ill will I have towards Superstars. We wouldn't be on that path without Mania, and I think, yeah, it just needed to happen. It's really good. It's very ambitious for what it is, for the team size and whatnot. Um, and yeah, I'm so glad it exists. It revived that classic Sonic magic that's been gone for so long. So
Mm-hmm. To Christian Whitehead, T. Lopes, and all the other people,
stealth,
vast, amazing team who worked on
headcanon.
this. I could just go through the credits and just read all the names, but to all of you guys, just my sincerest gratitude for making this game. It is definitely one of the things that got me back into the franchise. And I am forever grateful I played it.
Yeah, and I will also say thank you, because back in like 2016 when this game was revealed and all the trailers leading up to it, all of the press gameplay videos, and then finally getting the game, playing it at midnight the day it came out in August of 2017. Just a complete, it was just so magical. I don't think I could ever have that experience again unless maybe like Sonic Team comes out and they've made Sonic Adventure Mania and it perfectly replicates the adventure gameplay and a new engine and everything. But yeah, I don't think I could feel that kind of magic again. Uh and the fact that it was able to give me that kind of experience is something I will cherish forever. So anyways, we can end it there, I would say. I think we've glazed Sonic Mania enough.
And to you,
They,
dear viewers, what do you think about this game? Please let us know in the comments. And also, I want you to forever remember that the legacy of Sonic Mania is giving us a canon explanation for why Sonic changes art styles.
oh god, that's gonna stick now. That's like channel headcanon now.
Exactly.
But either way, that's it for classic Sonic games for now. But we'll play some more. Sooner than you think, probably, since we got the advanced games to look forward to. So
Yeah, we gotta play SA1 and SA2 and SA3.
SA3, oh, SA3 DX Director's Cut. No. Have a good night, everybody.